All right. Let's be on the record in case number 2019-CR1165, captioned State of Kansas versus Walter Turner IV. Would the parties announce their appearances, please?
May it please the court, the state of Kansas appears by Assistant District Attorney Claire Thibodeau.
May it please the court, defendant appears with counsel Joe Rambold.
All right, we are appearing today by Zoom video conference given the pandemic. And even though we've started hearing some in-person cases, Mr. Rambold, I understand you and your client waive your personal appearance in court today and agree to go forward by video conference. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. Okay, so before we take this up, I want to make sure for the record that this is the plea agreement today. The state is filing an amended information charging 2 counts of misdemeanor theft. The parties are going to agree to recommend to the court 12 months of probation and 6-month county jail underlying sentence for each count to be ordered to run consecutively. The defendant agrees to pay full restitution. Is that your understanding of the entire plea, Ms. Thibodeau?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Rambold?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Mr. Turner, unable to take up your plea, I need to ask you some questions. To do that, I need to have you sworn in. So if you could raise your right hand, please.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Email received.
We couldn't hear you, Mr. Turner.
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Turner, you go ahead and put your hand down. How much formal education you had?
GED, sir.
All right, you read.
I'm sorry,
Right,
I can't
okay.
understand.
I have a GED completion, sir.
All right, you reading right, okay?
Yes.
As we are here today, are you under the influence of any alcohol or drugs or prescription medicine that might cloud your mind, keep you from understanding what we're doing today?
No, sir.
All right, you understand the charges against you?
Yes.
All right. Now you understand you don't have to change your plea. If you wanted a trial on those original charges, you would have a right to a trial by jury on those charges. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
Your lawyer would assist you through that. He could cross-examine and confront all of the state's witnesses, call any witnesses you wanted called. And if you wanted to testify, you'd have a right to. But if you decided you didn't want to testify, you would also have that right. And the state couldn't use that against you if you decided not to testify. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you went to trial and were convicted, you would have a right to appeal that to the Kansas appellate courts. If you didn't have the money for a lawyer to do that, one would be appointed for you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. Do you have any questions about any of those trial rights that I just went over? Excuse me?
No question, sir.
All right, thank you. You heard what I asked the lawyers what the plea agreement was today. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Is that your understanding of the entire plea agreement?
Yes, it is. I understand completely.
Anyone promised you anything else to get you to plead guilty today?
No, sir.
Anybody put any force or threats against you, make you plead guilty?
No, sir.
All right. Now you understand the lawyers are going to be recommending to me a certain sentence, and I'm going to listen to those recommendations. But at the end of the hearing, I have the opportunity to sentence you to any sentence that the law allows. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
All right. And Ms. Thibodeau, remind me, are these Class A or B misdemeanors?
Class A misdemeanors.
Okay. So, Mr. Turner, Class A misdemeanors carry up to 1 year each in the jail as a maximum sentence and fines of up to $2,500 for each count. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do, sir.
All right. And I can grant or deny probation irregardless of what the lawyers recommend. You understand that?
Yes, I do, sir.
I don't want to scare you. I'm not telling you that I'm going to deny it or anything like that. You just need to know that's an option before you tie the plea, okay?
I understand completely, sir.
Fantastic. All right. Any questions about anything up to this point?
No, my lawyer has been informal on everything going on, so I'm pretty up to date.
Fantastic. All right. Then I will ask you, as to the 2 counts in the amended information, charging you each with 1 count of misdemeanor theft and a misdemeanor, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Just so, because I said it kind of oddly, to both counts?
Yes, sir. To both counts,
Okay.
plead guilty.
Thank you. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask Ms. Thibodeau to tell me what she thinks the evidence would be if this went to trial in the future. I want you to listen closely, because when she's done, I'm going to ask you if that's what happened, okay?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Thibodeau.
Your Honor, on October the 9th of 2019, officers were dispatched to Nebraska Furniture Mart located at 1601 Village West Parkway in Kansas City, Wyandotte County, Kansas, regarding a theft. There were 2 individuals there that were trying to buy merchandise from Nebraska Furniture Mart by using someone else's account. They did not have permission to use that account. They were able to take some of the items from Nebraska Furniture Mart. Your Honor, for this plea is for the benefit of the defendant and for his benefit. For that fact, the property taken from Nebraska Furniture Mart was worth less than $1,500.
All right. Mr. Turner, is that what happened in this case?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you understand that while maybe the facts indicate that it was more than 1,500, what Ms. Thibodeau is saying that for is to keep this at the misdemeanor level. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right. All right. I will find the defendant has freely, voluntarily, and intelligently entered into this plea. He's waived his constitutional rights. There is a factual basis for this plea. He understands the consequences of his plea and the maximum sentence possible. I find that he's done this freely and voluntarily. There is a factual basis for the plea, and I will find that he is in fact guilty of the 2 counts in the amended information of misdemeanor theft. My understanding is both parties wish to waive a pre-sentence investigation today and proceed directly to sentencing. Is that correct, Mr. Rambo?
That is correct, Judge.
All right, Ms. Thibodeau.
Yes, Your Honor, the state would waive that.
All right. Any comments beyond what you've already told me about the agreement, Ms. Thibodeau?
No, Your Honor, I would just ask that that restitution be ordered to Nebraska Furniture Mart. And then I have for jail credit from October the 9th of 19 to October the 17th of 2019.
So that would be 8 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Mr. Rambo, any comments as to sentencing other than the agreement?
No, Judge, we just asked you to follow the recommendation.
Email received.
Thank you. Mr. Turner, anything that you want to tell me before I pronounce sentence today?
No, sir.
All right. I'm going to follow the plea agreement. I'm going to order that the defendant be sentenced to county jail for a period of 6 months for each count. Those counts are to run consecutive with one another. His application for probation will be granted to court services for a period of 12 months. A specific term of his probation is that he pay restitution to Nebraska Furniture Mart in the amount of $3,950.75. He also needs to pay misdemeanor court costs and a supervision fee of $120. I believe that there will be no fine. I believe that covers all of the costs. We don't have to give the firearm, admonition. Mr. Turner, you have 14 days from today to appeal anything that you don't like about the sentence that I just pronounced. You also may have a right to seek expungement of this conviction after a period of time following successful completion of probation. With that, Ms. Thibodeau, is there anything that I failed to cover?
No, Your Honor, sorry, I'm trying to follow along with the journal entry.
right.
Do you have to order him to pay the restitution per month, or how do you have to do an order for that?
Yeah, probably. Yes, Mr. Duckers.
I was going to ask that same question, Judge. I don't know if that was something that you guys were prepared to do or not, but that was a new ruling that came down as far as monthly payment
Right.
for the ability. So,
Yeah, we have to give restitution plans. So Mr. Turner, you're going to be just over $4,000 here in amounts to pay. Tell me, if you want to get this done in 12 months, you're probably looking at about $350 a month. Is that a payment you can make, or do you need something less than that?
Probably need less than that for now.
To start off, I'll probably need less than that, and as it go on, and if something happens on my end, I can make
All right.
arrangements to pay more.
He just got back to work. He was in the he's in the maintenance business, and he just recently got back to work. So I think if he could start off lower, that'd be helpful.
All right. So I'm going to start you at $100 a month. Okay. And here's the deal with that. That's not going to get you to where you need to be by the end of the 12 months. So you're going to, there's a couple of different ways it can go. Your probation can be extended just for payments, or you can get it all paid off in the 12 months somehow so that you can be discharged from probation. Okay. But right now I'm just going to order you pay a minimum of $100 a month. Is that something you feel you can do at this point?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. That'll be the court's order. Thank you for that, Ms. Thibodeau. Anything else?
No, I'll get the amended information filed as soon as this is over, and then I will email the journal entry to Mr. Rambolt for his approval for his electronic signature, and then Judge will get it e-filed for you.
All right. Mr. Rambo, anything else you can think of that I didn't cover today?
No, Judge. No.
Okay. And Ryan, anything else probation needs?
Judge, just have the defendant call my number in about 20 minutes. I'll be back in the office, and then I will send you order of probation, et cetera, if whatever else we might need.
All right. Would you, the number you want him to call, maybe we shouldn't put this out on YouTube. Will you email it to me and I'll forward it on to Mr. Rambo?
I will right now.
Okay. And Joe, look for that here in a couple minutes. It'll be the number that Walter needs to call to get started. Okay.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'll look for it. And just one quick other thing too, just so the probation aware is my client, he is a Michigan resident also.
Okay. Well, then let me think about it for 20 minutes to figure out how we're going to proceed. And then by the time I call him, we will have a plan.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Anything else for our record today?
Not from the defense.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to stop the YouTube.